Trump administration now reportedly considering, once again, raising taxes on some of America's highest earners. Emily Wilkins joins us now from Washington. There are some twists to the new proposal, Emily.
There are lots of twists, Joe, and we are following them all. The latest news, yes, is that Trump's ramping up pressure on Congress. He had a call with Speaker Mike Johnson asking him to raise taxes on the highest earners in that upcoming tax package. We have the details of the White House proposal. They're asking for a 39.6% tax rate on individuals making $2.5 million or more. Of course, current rate 37%. The proposal from the White House would also include a carve-out for small business owners who count the income from their business on their personal taxes. And that addressed some concerns that lawmakers had. They did not want small businesses to be penalized by a higher tax rate. Now, GOP leaders in the House, we've discussed this before. Previously, they cast doubt on this idea. They didn't think it was viable. But right now, lawmakers really need to find revenue raisers in order to pay for not just extending that 2017 tax law, but all the other things that Trump wants, like no tax on tips. And this package is going to cost a lot. The Peter G. Peterson Foundation estimated that extending the 2017 law and then giving Trump most of the items he wants could cost more than $9 trillion. And that's one of the middle of the road estimates. We've seen estimates that have gone higher. The top tax writer in the Senate, Senator Mike Crapo, told Hugh Hewitt yesterday that he is actually not a fan of this higher tax proposal, but he notes that other lawmakers in the House and the Senate do support it. And he said if Trump really does weigh in and push this, it's going to have a major impact, in suggesting that there is a path forward to get this into the final bill. Now, Republicans are still fighting over the details of the tax bill. A proposal to raise the SALT cap to $30,000 for both individual and joint filers was shot down last night by 4 House Republicans, all New Yorkers. They said in a statement that the proposal risked derailing the entire bill, calling a higher SALT cap not a luxury, but a matter of fairness, and suggesting they'd vote against a package if they didn't see a higher cap. And of course, these small margins in the House, it means that those 4 lawmakers could sink the bill if there's not a change. We're going to expect to see a few more details soon on the tax package. It's expected to get its first vote in the House next week on the Ways and Means panel. We're expecting that to begin Tuesday, and a lengthy markup expected to go into the night. And that will be the first hurdle that this tax bill is going to clear, but certainly not the last. Guys?
Yeah, I've been against that all along. The carve out for small businesses makes a big difference. The top marginal rate that was cut from 39.6 used to start at what number, Emily? Like much lower than $2.5 million. It was down, and they weren't
much
high.
Lower.
Yeah, especially in certain states, they weren't high earners at all. That when it went to 37, so going back to $2.5 million and $5 million for joint filers wouldn't be the end of the world necessarily. If you're doing it, does redistribute which segments of Americans are carrying what type of load for taxation. So I can see how you could almost make a case for it. I think Trump is going to go with it. That's what I'm hearing. Anyway,
Trump is already behind it. The question is, will they get the votes in the House?
Well, he wasn't behind it, but when you go to 2.5 to 5, and then you carve out small businesses, that makes it different. And you're doing all those other. What was interesting, what you said, Emily, was that the 30,000 cap. It's not that they're saying no, we can't. We can't blow out the deficit with more giveaways with the SALT cap. They don't like it because they want the cap is too low.
Yeah.
So they wanted actually higher than that, which would be even more costly to make that cap higher.
And this is the balance, Joe. This is the balance they're having to deal with. If they want to do things like a higher SALT cap, if they want to do things like no tax on tips, benefits for seniors, all this other stuff that's been proposed, all of that costs. And they have to, the way that they've structured their framework that got passed the other month, they can't go over a certain limit. They have to find some revenue raisers somewhere.
And carried interest too, right?
Yeah.
That's right now they'll say everything is on the table. I've heard some pushback on carried interest, folks saying it just doesn't go far enough. It doesn't bring in enough revenue. But at this point, I would say it is absolutely still on the table and something that the White House does appear to be pushing for.